Successful people learn how to make their mind work for them. I'm David Nagel, and this is the Successful Mind Podcast.
All right, next law. Law of polarity. Now, the great thing about the law of polarity is that if you understand that these laws are based in truth, they're truths about the universe. The law of polarity basically states that everything is here, and one of the evidences that we have of that is we will always experience the opposite, okay? So it states that everything in the universe has an opposite, and it's equal an opposite. Now, why are we talking about this? Because when a person is going after success, you'll hear things like, I don't know how, where am I going to get the people, where am I going to get the money, where am I going to get the resources? It's all about they don't know, they can't find it, they can't see it. So understanding that the unconscious mind is always trying to keep you safe, this unknown seems to be very risky because you're telling a person you need to put everything into going after what you want, but they're going up against a massive unknown in their mind because they've never done it before. How do we overcome that? Until we know. People can tell you that the money is here. People can tell you that the people are here, the resources are here, it's all here. But if you've never done that before, being on the opposite side of that, not having experienced that abundance being right there where you can actually get it, you can't see it, it's not there in your mind. It feels almost stupid to listen to somebody else who's telling you that it is there and that you should spend money on your credit card to go get it. You should travel to go do other things. You should invest in whatever. It seems almost stupid because you don't know what to do. You keep going back to, I don't know what to do. How do I do it? Where do I get the resources? How is this going to happen? We're looking for some way. Well, keep in mind that you're creating something. When you're creating something, it's about taking the things from the universe and putting them in their proper place for the creation of the thing that you say that you want. But you can't see the thing that you need. In fact, you're experiencing the opposite because you're telling me you can't see it. So again, let's work with the idea of money here. First of all, let's understand something very basic. Everything in the universe is created in a whole. In other words, it's complete. There's no half of something that was created as just a half. You don't see half a giraffe. You don't see half a moose. You don't see half an oak tree. Everything is created in a completeness. It's holistic, including ideas, including problems. The opposite side of a problem is the solution. The opposite side of the thing that you say that you can't see is it in its physical reality. When you say, I don't have something, you're experiencing the lack side of that thing. The abundance side of that thing must also be here, even if you can't see it. So we need to understand that truth to basically understand why and what it is that we're looking for. When we're actually talking about money, if we look at the law of polarity, let's say this is the negative side or the lack side. This is the middle. And this side would represent wealth. We'll say this side represents poverty. The truth is abundance. Abundance is the truth. Now, you can use this law, the law of polarity, for anything in your life, good, bad, right, wrong, anything, in order to get to the truth about something. The truth in the universe is there's an abundance. When we're experiencing not having an abundance, we're on the poverty side or the lack side of that law. But on the other side of this law and attached to this side is wealth. Ask yourself in your life, where and how are you experiencing the law of polarity around money? Where are you on this line? Okay. Now let's just say that you have a person who's here. They're on this side of the abundance. They're more towards the lack side as far as abundance goes than the wealth side. How do we use the law? The law is, number one, what do we desire? Well, we desire to be wealthy, so we want to move over to this side. But our experience, our reality is on this side. All we're seeing is the manifestation of not having what we say we want. It shows up in many different ways, not just money, but it could be lack of resources, lack of time. It could be negative people in your life. Anything that basically doubles down on reasons why you can't have it or move forward. We see an abundance of what we don't want. So it's not just a vacuum, but it's a representation of things that we don't want in our life. When we have that, that becomes the problem as we see it when it comes to the success that we say that we want to achieve. Through an inner eye of understanding, when we understand the laws of the universe, that is evidence that the other side exists even if we can't see it. Now, why would we not be able to see it? Because insofar as the success is concerned, for what we say that we want, we have a blind spot there. We have a blind spot. It's not that it doesn't exist. It totally exists. And it's literally in the same place at the same time. This is why a person can go from not having a lot of money to a lot of money in a very short period of time, because it's already here and it's already in their life. If you have the desire for whatever number you say you want, it must already be here.
You're the cause of the way your life is. Nobody else and nothing else. I now have the power to change it. I can do anything once I accept that responsibility.
Your job is to remove the ignorance, remove the blind spot, so you can see what? Well, the first thing that you're going to see is the opportunity that allows you to go from one side to the other. It always shows up in the form of an opportunity. Napoleon Hill talked about this in Think and Grow Rich. He said the problem with this is that when we have that blind spot, we can't recognize the opportunity for what it is. It actually often shows up and we see it or experience it as something that we don't want or we don't think that we can do. If you don't have a lot of money and you want to make a lot of money, and I tell you the opportunity to make a lot of money is going to cost you, say, $20,000, $100,000, $200,000. You'll think to yourself, I can't do that. I don't have any money. You'd be like, I wouldn't have this problem if I had that kind of money. So that becomes the verifiable reason why you can't do it. Now, I want you to think about something, okay? Because what are we basically saying when we say I can't do it because I don't have the money? We think money is the problem. And as long as we think money is the problem, we're not understanding from a cause and effect basis, how do we move from one side of this line to the other? Money is never the problem. It's always a symptom. That means if the money's here, we need to make the decision to move on the opportunity as if the money's here. Because it's the decision that allows where the money is to become visible. Why? Because we create more of an urgency to move forward than we do to stay the same. When you make the decision to step into the opportunity, and it's a committed decision, like committed, you then become determined to find the money. And you do that by understanding that it's here. So you're now actively looking for where is this money, and the money itself, again, will show up in an opportunity. But you have to proactively be looking for the opportunity. How is that opportunity going to show up? How is it going to get to me? It's going to get to you through the channels that are already open to you. But you have to begin to move through those channels in order to see where it can actually come in. What are the channels? I don't know, because I don't know your individual situation. We'd actually have to take a look at what you're doing, where you are, what are the channels that are actually in your individual life. But the truth is that they're in everybody's life. Absolutely everybody's life. That's how my income went from $20,000 to $62,000. It was there, but I couldn't see it because I was too focused on what I didn't have and thinking in my mind, I have to get the money before I can get the money to get the money. Like, it's insane. It's insanity the way that we think about this. I didn't realize I had to make the decision first. And as I made the decision, the opportunity would show up. And then I have to make another decision to step into that opportunity. And then another decision to step into the opportunity that presents. But as you make those decisions, you're working with the first two laws, which is perpetual transmutation of energy, because you're holding the image of what you do want, not what you don't want. You're being the cause of what you want by stepping into the opportunity, whatever the opportunity is, and doing what the opportunity represents, right? And by understanding that everything that you want is already here, even if you can't see it. It's already here. And it's the knowing. It is action based on the understanding of that knowing when you step into the possibility of your own success. And you have to step in over and over and over again. Remember, this is where back in the beginning, I said, you've got to keep your desire clear, clean, and energetic every single day. Because this is the reason why you're doing this. Listen, I know this isn't comfortable. It's not comfortable for anybody. Anybody that is stepping into their own growth. Anybody that is stepping into taking what is perceived by them as a risk. Anybody that is overcoming their own stories is doing something that's difficult. But it is the difficulty in what we do that creates the experience of what we want. You have to overcome and get better to create something better in your life. Otherwise, your whole life is the equivalent of who you are in the moment. If you want to receive better, you better be better. You better show up better. You better do better every day. Better, 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 better. You have to best your best every single day. I know some of you are thinking to yourself, oh shit, I don't want to do that. Then get a job. Because you're never going to be extraordinary at anything. You won't be. And like I said before, if that's the way you want to live, that's completely fine. And you're probably better off not putting yourself through all the aggravation of even trying if you already know that you're not going to do it. But if you really want what you say you want, then this isn't even like, in your mind, it's not even a bargain. It's like, it's done. No matter what, this is what I'm going to do.